Here on AM 1160 WCCS 101.1 FM. We have been talking about veterans issues here these first 2 days of this week. In fact, going back to last week, and we're going to continue pretty much for the rest of this week because there are so many veterans issues out there. And the reason they always come to the fore at this time of the year is because Veterans Day is coming up. It will be Saturday this year, which is, well, it's not unusual that it's on a Saturday. Basically, it's always November 11th, so it just being on a Saturday, though, means that there's a very good chance that we'll have a bigger than usual Veterans Day parade here in Indiana. And before that parade, what are you doing? Well, you got to have your breakfast, don't you? We're here with Colleen McGinnis, the co-chair of the Veteran Services Committee, and Robert King, the exalted ruler at the Indiana Elks Lodge 931. Their Veterans Day breakfast is coming up. Good morning to both of you.
Morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you both with us here this morning. Elks does this every single year, and Bob, it's not just the breakfast, is it? There's so much more.
That's correct. Yeah, the Elks organization basically has one of its primary functions and charities and charitable works is the Veterans Services. Mm-hmm. And, of course, our motto is, so long as there are veterans, we will never forget them. And we have several occasions where we try to work with veterans and service them. Colleen and Tim are co-chairs of the Veterans Services Committee for the Elks Lodge, and they're busy already working on Christmas.
Right.
Some of the ladies in the Elks Lodge are also knitting.
Right. We started that this year.
Lap quilts.
Right. Lap quilts and blankets to be distributed to our veterans. So I think we have 30 already done.
So, and you're going out to the hen house and to the smokehouse to get the bacon for Saturday, and the Elks breakfast is next on your agenda.
Yeah. I think Mike might be going to the grocery store.
Okay, the grocery store, that's fine too. Yeah. That's fine too. The hen house isn't exactly teeming with eggs right now.
No, but guaranteed there'll be a lot of good food. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
The menu includes scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, donuts, fruit, juice, toast, and a whole cadre, and gallons of coffee.
Which is a requirement, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Have to get these guys all ready to go for the parade coming up later in the morning.
That's right.
Yeah. Now, you get underway at what time?
The breakfast begins at 8 o'clock, and the various veteran organizations have been notified. They have been called, and veterans have been invited.
We're going to have some of our disabled vets coming this year, so we're really pleased about that.
Yeah.
And we've contacted all of our local personal care homes, nursing home facilities, and invited them, of course, to have their veterans participate. So we're hoping we'll have some response from them. However, being that it's Saturday, transportation could kind of be an issue.
That could be an issue,
for some of our veterans. But we did extend the invite out, and they were very pleased.
I know one of the big things about the Elks Veterans Day breakfast every year is the participation of the Scouts.
That's right, and they'll be participating again this year. Just how many of them, we're not quite sure yet, but we have been in touch with the Scout leaders, and they're working on trying to recruit both Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts to work with us as they traditionally have.
Yeah, they usually serve as greeters, and they also help assist any of our veterans that need assistance in wheelchairs or walkers and whatnot.
Yeah, Old Jim Wiley, he'll bring them in.
I just talked to him last night.
Jim will rope them in.
Yeah, he has been a good, steady source of resource of scouting. And in addition to the Scouts, we've also invited the government officials, the county commissioners, our sheriff, Bob Fayok, Mayor George Hood, who has been a traditional representative of government and usually presents a proclamation at this event. Our elected officials, Senator White and Representative Dave Reed, plus the ROTC on the IUP campus, they've all been invited to participate. I know they get invitations from probably many places, so we hope that they will find time in their schedule to come and be with us.
Yeah.
And traditionally, we have served 100 plus
last year,
at this breakfast.
with Alto, I believe we were just on, it was 142
Oh, yeah.
last year. So we kind of always anticipate around that number to make sure, give or take a little bit.
Yeah.
And we always set for at least that number.
Yeah, and see, one of the things about when the Elks does this every year is the atmosphere of these people who get together, and this might be the only time in the course of a year that they're able to all gather together at one time for an event such as this, which makes it even more special.
Yeah. And we see a lot of the veterans, they hang around afterwards, and we're cleaning up and they're kibitzing, and that's fine. It's great. There's a lot of networking that goes on.
Yeah, especially if you're there early, you have your breakfast at 8 o'clock. Exactly. The parade isn't until 10:50.
Right, and this year, for the first in a while, I know the Elks Lodge has participated in the parade in previous years, but this year what we've done is we're trying to provide for the opportunity for veterans to participate in the parade. We have a van that is going to carry at least 12 veterans, and we're hoping to have some representatives from each of the military branches, and they will be with the Elks unit in the parade, those who want to be. And we hope this is something that they will be a tradition that will get started here and can continue through the years.
Well, this is a good forum for now, because to extend that invitation out to any veterans who might want to participate.
Right. Yeah,
in the
we
parade,
do have.
We really
At this point, we do have room for people the veterans who might be interested in participating in the parade. We have some new parade regalia with the lodge this year for the first time.
The
we
flags
had
and banners, and
through the generosity of Moreau Signs, they've prepared a banner for us that will be used in the parade, and new flags that have been purchased by various members of the Elks Lodge will also be in the parade. So we hope our unit will be very nice, dignified, but very nice, and represent the veterans, and we encourage veterans to get involved in it.
Absolutely.
Colleen, I know that we said that how special it is for the veterans to get together. For Elks members and members of the Elks Auxiliary, it's a very special time too, huh?
It is. We actually have a really good participation from a lot of our members at the lodge. We'll start Friday afternoon, and we have a flotilla of people that will be there to help set up, and then the ladies auxiliary are servers, and they're committed. We have ladies that have been doing it for years. And they know I want that part and I want that part. But many of them stick around and just visit and talk, and it is nice. And we see the same faces each year too, which is kind of nice. And then sadly, not some of the same faces. But that's part of it.
As time passes by.
Right.
Reservations not necessary.
Absolutely not. No, we just
And can the vets bring family members with them? Or what's the protocol there?
Well, usually some of the veterans who need assistance will bring family members to help them, and that helps us because we do have scouts, and we also have members of the lodge who will assist them.
And I think some of them just feel more comfortable having their spouse, or their caregiver.
Well, they know how to care for them and what their capabilities
they're
are.
Going to need, for that. Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's coming up on Saturday. It's at 8 a.m. and right up until you get ready for the parade.
Right. Pretty much so. We'll have the big rush at 8. Usually we'll start with an opening, obviously, some welcome remarks, which Bob will do, an invocation, and then some other folks may have a few words, but not a lot. And then we have our breakfast, and they tend to stick around and just visit and talk. And
that's where the gallons and gallons of coffee come in.
The ladies auxiliary. We fill up our carafes and we run around and make sure that they fill those. But some folks wander in a little bit later. But we will leave the buffet up at least until 9:15. In there to accommodate anybody that might arrive a little bit later.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah, we also set up so that we try to encourage them to. They come in groups, and our table settings is such that they can sit that way
exactly.
too. It's not a impersonal approach to organization.
It's
we try to make it as comfortable as possible and have them enjoy it, and we will recognize the various branches of service who are represented there. Our piano organist of the lodge Scott Nero will be doing his.
He does each branch of the military's song.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
For that, and that's usually at the start, which is real nice.
That's nice. Of course, being November, November is a very special month for the Elks, for veterans, because it's Veterans Remembrance Month.
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, and we start in with our Christmas preparations. Then for our veterans, we usually begin that right around the beginning, the middle of November. We'll start that, and that covers all personal care homes, all skilled facilities in the entire county.
Yeah.
So we contact all of them, get their veterans, and how many, and make sure every one of them has something at Christmas.
Oh, that's a wonderful thing. It's a
Yeah.
wonderful thing. It's close to the hearts, I know, of every member of the Elks and everybody associated with the Elks Auxiliary as well. And so Saturday morning, no reservation necessary.
Yep.
Veterans come on out, enjoy breakfast, and then if you can and if you care you can march in the parade.
That's correct. Yes.
Absolutely.
Or
We would welcome
ride
it.
in the parade.
Or
we won't
ride
make,
in the
we
parade.
won't make
yeah.
them march.
No.
We'll let them ride.
Those who want to
Those who
certainly
want to,
can,
yeah.
because we do have flag bearers and
Mm-hmm.
who will
Banner
be
carriers
also
for
moving,
that.
so we can accommodate them. But we do have transportation for a limited number of veterans.
And it is, so far, the weather looks very, very nice for Saturday.
Yes, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be cold, mostly
But sunny.
Yeah.
But sunny, right. So
After
that,
an overnight low in the low 30s, we're going to be in the upper 30s for the day. But it'll be cold that morning. But you bundle up and you'll enjoy the sunshine and of course you'll enjoy your breakfast, courtesy of the Elks. Bob, if folks don't know where in Indiana the Elks is and their veteran wants to come,
Okay, it's 475 South 13th Street. And we do have easy access for those
we
who
are
have
accessible. They can pull right up
who
under
have limitations.
the canopy. There are no steps, and it's,
everything is ramped so
everything.
that wheelchair accessible and easy access to the lodge, and
including our restroom facilities too. Which
Absolutely,
is huge.
right,
I
yeah.
know that.
because there will be gallons and gallons of coffee.
Absolutely. And decaf. Absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming in to tell us all about it. We appreciate it, and we salute the Elks as they salute the veterans coming up this weekend.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.
Bob King and Colleen McGinnis with us this morning. The Veterans Breakfast is coming up on Sunday. It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on WCCS AM 1160 and FM 101.1. 9:57 now. We're 3 minutes away from the top of the hour. The Brian Kilmeade Show then. We follow that, of course, with